Friends, this is Science Paper 2 2020. Specifically, I'm going to answer question B7 which is coming from bonding and the periodic table. So the question is saying atoms of elements A, B, and C have 8, 17, 20, and 20 electrons respectively. So here is supposed to be 2 and 20 electrons respectively. So when they put this word here respectively, which means as for A, it is going to contain how many electrons? 8 electrons. Then as for B, it is going to contain 17 electrons. Then as for C, it is going to contain what? 20 electrons. So the first question is saying, using the letters, construct a chemical formula of a compound formed between atoms of elements. Let me say atom of element A and C. So A and C. So the first thing here, I'm going to write the electron configuration of this one here, since I don't have a periodic table, but as for you, you can see on the periodic table there, the group that this element A is found. So here I'm going to just use the electron configuration. So I'm going to say 2 to 6. So this one is telling me that this one is found in what? In group 6, and this one is oxygen. But specifically, I'm not going to use the symbol for oxygen, but I'm just going to use this symbol here, which is what? A. Now, since oxygen is an nanometal, which means for me to find the valence, I'm going to subtract the group 6 from group 8. Then the answer is going to be what? It's more like I'm subtracting 8 minus what? 6. Then the answer is going to be what? 2. So the valence of this element A, it is what? 2. Then as for C, I'm going to write the electron configuration, which is 2, 8, 8, 2. So this tells me that this one is found in group what? 2. It is found in group 2. So since this one is found in group 2 and it is calcium, as for group 1, group 2, and group 3, they are grouped determining their what? Their valence. So which means even this one here, it has a valence of what? 2. Now what usually happens to the valence here is like this. So if we write A, then the valence 2, then C, then the valence of 2. These, they are going to interchange like this, okay? So they are going to be like 2A, CA. Then from there now, you look for the common denominator here, which is what? 2. So 2 into 2, we are going to get what? 1. Then 2 into 2, we are going to get what? 1. As the result, the chemical formula of AC is going to be what? AC itself like AC, okay? So I'm going to say Roman numeral number 1, okay? Roman, let me say question A, not Roman numeral number 1, but question A, I'm going to say AC. Here you're not supposed to use the actual symbols of these elements, just use the what? The letters, okay? Then the next one is saying elements C, B, and C can react to form a compound. Name the type of bond formed in the compound. Formed in the what? In the compound. 1 mark. So before I even answer this one, let me test first. Is B a nanometal or a metal? Since I've identified that here C is a what? It is a metal. Since it is having 2 electrons in the outermost shell, okay? So this tells me that this one is the what? The metal. Now let's test for B first. So if I write the electron configuration of B, I'm going to find that it is going to be 2, 8, 7. So this one tells me that this one is the what? The nanometal. And the type of bond which exists between a nanometal and a metal, it is called what? Ionic bond or ionic bonding. So which means here as for B, Roman numeral number 1, I'm going to say ionic bond or bonding. Okay, so you can say ionic bonding or ionic bond. Then as for Roman numeral number 2. Roman numeral number 2 is saying, state one physical property of the compound. So in this part here, they mean the same compound, which is BC. Okay, they mean the same compound, which is what? BC. And this one is what? Ionic compound. So what I'm going to say here, I'm going to say it has what? High melting point and boiling point. It has high melting point and boiling what? Boiling point. So on this part here, don't start by saying it has high boiling point and melting point. That's wrong. Okay, start with what? Melting point. If you start with boiling point, they are going to mark it wrong. Okay, so just say it has high melting point and boiling what? Point. Okay. Then the last one, let me say the next one is saying, which is C. It is saying, draw the electronic structure of the product formed when atoms of element A combine. So when atoms of element A combine, as for A, it is having how many electrons? 8. So when we combine, it's more like A times A. We are going to have what? A to the power 2. Okay, A to the power 2. So here we are having 2 A's. Now, is A metal or a non-metal? Remember, on this electronic configuration, I was saying this one is found in group what? It is found in group 6, which tells us that this one is the what? A non-metal. Okay, so this tells us that this one is the what? The non-metal. Okay, so now since this one is the non-metal, so the bond which is going to exist between A and A, it will be what? Covalent bonding. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do like this. Here they are just saying we need to draw the electronic structure of the product formed when atoms of element A combine. So you're not required to use the actual symbol, since you know that this one is oxygen. So you're not required to use the actual symbol for oxygen. Just use what? A. So I'm going to say this one would be for the single A. Then the next one will be for another what? A. So now, how am I going to answer this one? I'm going to do like this. I'm going to say this one is the electron configuration of what? Of A, which is 2, 6. Even this one is going to be the electron configuration of another what? A. So, if this one here contributes 1 electron, how many electrons are going to remain here? They are going to be what? 5. So I'm going to say this one. So now remember, on this part here, you need to use a dot and cross structure in order to differentiate these two. Okay. So even this one here is going to contribute another electron. Okay. Let me say this one also is going to contribute 1 electron. And how many electrons are going to remain here? They are going to be what? 5. So as for this one, I'm going to use a dot like this. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do like this. How many are there here? There are 2. So 2 plus 5, we are getting what? We are getting 7, which means it is not balanced. So which means this one here is also going to contribute another electron. Then how many electrons are going to remain here? They are going to be what? 4. So I'm going to say this one is going to contribute another electron. Even this one here is going to contribute another electron. So how many electrons are going to remain here? They are going to be what? 4. So now if I count here, how many electrons am I having here? I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say 4 plus this 4 here. I'm going to get what? 8. So which means the remaining electrons here, I'm going to put them in the outermost shell. So I'm going to do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then even this one here, the remaining electrons, I'm going to put them in the outermost shell. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I count, I'm going to find that the electrons that I'm going to have here, they are going to be 8. Even here, they are going to be what? 8. So this one is the structure. Okay, this one is the structure of the compound, or yes, the structure of the product which is going to be formed when atoms of A combine. Then the last one, which is D, it is saying, give one industrial use of element B. So now what is element B? Element B is having how many electrons here? It is having 17 electrons. Now, an element which has 7 electrons on the periodic table, it is what? Chlorine. So which means here I'm going to write the uses of what? Chlorine in industry. So I'm going to say it is used as a bleaching agent. So it is used as a bleaching agent. Then apart from that one, I'm going to say it is used in water treatment plant. In water treatment plant. So that was the last one. Thanks for watching.